So this is just a bit of preface for the video. I'm going to put together a channel trailer so people can sort of get what this channel is if they come across it. But basically this is meant to be like a video diary for me while I'm in Singapore, so I don't have to like write anything down, but also I don't have to store anything. So if it's all on YouTube, it's just there, and you know, if I want to send it to someone, I can send it to them, or if I want to look back at it, I can. Yeah, but I guess if you don't actually know me and you come across it, that's kind of what it is. It's not meant to be like particularly entertaining, but I guess if you know me, you might get a bit of a laugh out of it. But yeah, so this is kind of like a video diary. Okay, so this is the second video. This video is about food. So I'm not going to talk too much about the plain food. Actually, no, I'll mention the plain food. Basically, the plain food was pretty good. It was literally just like fish with rice, and then the other meal was fish with potatoes. I'll throw the pictures up. It was pretty good. Definitely can't complain. Hotel food isn't as good as the plain food, but the hotel food isn't too bad. So the interesting thing is with the hotel food here at the Royal Plaza on Scots, which is where I'm staying, is they're making the food themselves and then just bring it up to the rooms. Whereas a lot of the other hotels in Singapore that are hosting people that are in quarantine, they're having their food made by a government contractor, and then the contractor sort of delivers it to all the hotels. So I guess I'm pretty lucky in that respect, because the other day they sent me a meat meal. Yeah, they sent me a meat meal on the first night, and I kind of called them and said, "Oh, sorry, like I don't really, eat meat," and they sorted me out basically. Well, funnily enough, they didn't. But they just didn't bring me any extra food that night. But the next day, the food they sent me, I thought that was meat again, and it wasn't. It was actually vegetarian. But I complained, and they sent me another meal. But the reason I thought that second meal, wasn't vegetarian is because their imitation meat here is actually a lot better than the imitation meat I'm used to, and it really fooled me. And I thought it was lamb actually. So yeah, it's not bad going. So I've had a lot of nice imitation meat here. Okay, yeah, so I've got a lot of photos here. I'm gonna flick through them and tell you what they are and what I thought of them. Okay, so before we get into the whole, all that stuff I just mentioned, here's the view of outside the window during the day, because I know last time I said it was there and it didn't render properly, but yeah, so this is the ground outside the window. Well, as much of the ground as I can show you. And this is the view to the left, and, like, directly in front of me has like another clip of it as well, like different time of day. It's pretty much the same no matter what time of day. But yeah, as you can see, nice blue sky. It's not always sunny here. Had really bad rain the other day, funnily enough. But yeah, this is the view outside the window. Okay, so this is the meal I had on the first day. It's chicken teriyaki with some sort of fried rice. The fried rice has meat in it, and then there's some fish there on the side, and like a tomato sort of based vegetable thing. I thought it was quite nice what I could eat from it. Obviously I didn't eat the meat or the rice, so that wasn't the best. Okay, and this is breakfast the next day. This is basically a croissant, or croissant, I don't have a French accent, but yeah, basically croissant with mushrooms inside and wedges on the side. When it got to me, it was cold, so I wasn't really a fan of that. Next up, this is like an egg and some like tofu that I thought was meat, but it turns out it wasn't. It was actually really nice. It tastes like lamb, and there's some vegetables on the side, and like a potato hash brown thing. That was actually really good. And basically, that last meal, I thought the the tofu was lamb, but it wasn't. And I sent it back, and this is what they brought back to me instead. So they've got like spring rolls there instead of the egg, basically. But yeah, it was quite nice. I liked it. So this was another breakfast. This is basically hash browns, beans, some vegetables, and a bread roll. I thought it was quite nice, to be honest. Tasted alright. So this is another one. It's some gyoza, some more of that lamb tasting stuff, some rice, and some vegetables, and some biscuits. Everything all tasted okay. The biscuits weren't all that, but yeah, it wasn't bad. It's probably a trend emerging here. I just think everything's kind of okay, but yeah. So next we have some vegetables, some rice, but also some imitation prawns and some imitation chicken. The prawns were okay. I didn't think they were that great, but yeah, not bad. It was okay. Okay, not to be horrible, but this was one of the worst, one of the less good meals, basically. It was literally some cucumber and tomato in a sandwich, and then some like random vegetables on the side, and like some cereal. So yeah, it wasn't great. This one was really nice. It was some spring rolls, some imitation chicken, some mash, and then like had these little like cake things on the side. It was really nice. I quite like that one. That was good. I'm just going to do some honourable mentions. So basically the best and the worst, and I'll talk about the fast food. Okay, so this is the best meal they gave me by far. This is a vegetable curry with roti, and they gave me some juice with it and the yogurt as well. I don't get juice with every meal, but they give me enough water, I guess. But yeah, this was literally the best one so far. This one was literally so bad. I know, like, I mentioned the other sandwich and said that was bad, but this is like a worse sandwich. It's literally just like a sandwich and some salad. There's like nothing. The stuff next to that bread is the same as the stuff inside that sandwich. The highlight of this one was the Pringles and I guess the banana, but like this one, this was the one that made me decide to order fast food because I was like, what the fuck? And this is the fast food I got right after they delivered that to me because I was just like, come on, man. So this is fish and chips. I think it's some of the best fish and chips I've ever had, and it was only about a fiver. But I think maybe it's because of how bad that sandwich was. But like, it's definitely good fish and chips, and the tin of Coke they do here is pretty tall, so can't argue with that. It's pretty good. And this is the McDonald's. So I don't eat meat, but I eat fish, and they do a fillet of fish at McDonald's in the UK. But over here they do an even bigger one, and you can get like two fish burgers in there, so it's like a double, and like it's just great. It's like it's better than what we get in the UK. Like the burger itself is bigger, but also like it seems to be like a higher quality fish. I don't know. It's just a lot nicer, and it's like cheap. It was like a fiver again for like the meal, so that was pretty good. Yeah. Also, they do really nice McFlurries here. So it's like crushed Oreos and strawberries. It's like kind of hard to explain what's so nice about it, but like it's literally like 50% McFlurry, like well 50% ice cream, 50% Oreos, and then they just have like the strawberry flavor in there, but it's not like a strawberry sauce. I think they actually put real strawberries into it or something. Either way, it's really nice, and you know, it's worth going to McDonald's just for that. Like I've been thinking about ordering from other fast food places, but I keep going back to McDonald's just for the McFlurry. So, you know, it's great. So I was editing this video and I was just looking through it one more time just to see if everything made sense and all the photos were there, and obviously everything rendered because we don't want the same thing to happen that happened last time where, you know, I was like, oh, here's the view out the window, and then there was nothing there. But yeah, basically halfway through I sort of said, oh yeah, I guess the food was okay on average. After ordering fast food yet again today, I have to say the hotel food isn't great. Someone else said to me the other day, they were like, oh yeah, what was the hotel food like? Because when I was in quarantine hotel, yeah, food wasn't great. And I feel like once they said it, I was allowed to say it, and now I've been thinking about it, and it's not great. Like I wouldn't, you know, cheese it at all, really, if I'm honest. But it is what it is. One thing I will say about the food, it's definitely hit and miss because this morning breakfast was basically a load of like pastries, which is quite nice. But obviously, it's not always like that. Dinner today is actually quite bad. I'll show you a picture of dinner today. But yeah, as you can see, dinner today is not great. It's literally like pasta and some vegetables that don't really go with it, and some sort of like vegetable thingy. I don't know. It's weird. It's not great. It's kind of dry. Is what it is, I guess. I just wanted to show you some pictures of my friend's mum's food. My friend's mum is in Hong Kong right now, and she had to go into quarantine for a bit, and this is the food they gave her at the quarantine hotel. So yeah, as you can see, it's not great. It's probably worse than the food I've been given by a long shot, to be fair. So yeah, that's all, I guess. See you guys in the next one. Hopefully have something a bit more interesting to talk about.